Hey everyone. So I'm hoping you can see me.
It's getting there. Yep,
You
now I
are
can see you
perfect.
on the YouTube.
Very good. So you're going to want to watch it all through Google, and I'm still on. The volume's still on me. So you want to go in and make sure on the YouTube it's off. There, it sounds.
Okay, according to this, it's off.
Okay, good. Okay, maybe it's just
Yeah.
an echo. Okay. So hi everyone, how you doing? Hey sis, how you doing? Ed, Canada, Joe Network, Roger. Kelly, hey, how's Doug? I heard he's having some troubles with his back. Not very good. So yeah, so I'm going to bring on Starcop, but as you know, Starcop was in a slight accident, and he had to have some stuff done. So it is Starcop. That's just what I have to tell you. It's just sad. Okay. Here we go. So say hello, Starcop.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? What's up, guys?
Okay, Ryan. I love it. I just love it. Okay, so we're gonna start this interview. Thank you all for coming. Hey, if you get a chance, go ahead and hit that like. If you like it, if you don't, that's okay too. It's free. Yeah, it's just free. That's all. So I'm gonna start. So will the real Star Cop please stand up? I like Miss Crowley goes, you still look the what? What did you just do?
What do you
Oh
mean
my
I still look the
God.
same?
Yeah, see? See how he is? Hey Nikos. How you doing? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just start the interview. We have 11 people in, and I would just want to respect everyone's time here. So let's go ahead and get going. So where were you born?
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Really? Where they had
Mm-hmm.
the office?
Yes, indeed. As a matter of fact, the office is in the mall there, the Steamtown Mall at the bottom of Mulberry Street. They have the actual office set in that
Oh
mall.
wow. Oh, that is crazy. That is crazy. So are you still in Pennsylvania?
No, no, no. I haven't been in Pennsylvania since I came in the Army in 1974.
1974. Wow. And you served in the army then?
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
you end up going overseas or were you able to
6 years in Germany.
6 years in
Never
Germany?
downrange though. Never combat.
Very good. Very good. I mean, combat's just terrible. My dad was in Germany for a while. He worked with army and stuff, but it was through IBM or something like that. He was never quite clear in what he was doing, and I figured there was probably a reason, so I didn't continue to ask him. Though I am so curious, right?
You're welcome. Love my drones, and you too,
uh,
Kim.
hey, Kim. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Ray. Ray is here. Um, and we have, yeah, Richard Grogan's here, of course, Crystal, Aces, Ed, Nikos Polsky. Is that right? Nikos? Um, so where were you raised before you went into the army? Where were you?
I lived in Scranton till about age 10. Then I moved to a town about 8 miles north of there called Clark Summit, and that's where I went to high school and everything like that.
Wow. And that's still in Pennsylvania?
Yep, still in Pennsylvania. It's about 8 miles outside of the town. It's very rural, not as crowded as downtown.
Wow. And so what kind of kid were you growing up, Star Cop? Were you a good kid or were you a bad kid?
Let's see. Is it a bad kid if you climb the outside of a 3-story building and you get stuck on top with your best friend and have to have the security guard come up and get you at night and take you back down through the inside?
So I'm just gonna go, that might
Yeah,
be. That might be.
might be borderline dumb.
Well, you know, all kids clip, even really great kids. They just do, sometimes they do really stupid stuff, and you're looking at them going, that was stupid. And they're just looking at you, yep, that was stupid.
No,
So
I'll tell you
go
what
ahead.
stupid is. We used to hop the train to go into town to go to the movies because we didn't have cars. And the
Oh,
trains
gosh.
going into town are only going like 5, 10 miles an hour, so they're easy to hop. You jump off when you get there and you go to the movies. Well, we decided to do the same thing coming back one night. Only one problem. Train did not slow down when it went by the house. It was going too fast to
Oh,
jump off. Yeah. 60 miles later, we were able to get off.
oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Dad wasn't happy.
No, because where did you end up? Where did you end up?
Binghamton, New York.
Oh, jeez. How old were you?
13, 14.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't happy.
Now he had to come get us.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So you're just riding the rails.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, back in the day, that's a lot of people did that. They just they
Well,
if they could,
I found out later he didn't really get mad at me because during the Depression, Daddy used to climb up on the coal cars and throw out the big chunks of coal and then go back down the tracks and pick them up to heat the house.
wow.
So
Wow.
he understood jumping trains.
Oh my gosh. I know my Uncle Billy jumped a couple trains himself back in the day. I just wow. But that's true, isn't it? What kind of lessons did you get growing up because your dad had come through the depression?
Well, I wish I'd got his thriftiness. I never did understand why he was so thrifty until I, learned what the Depression was all about. I wish I would have gotten that lesson. I got it too late in life. Now I'm thrifty, but it's a little late. Uh,
Right.
the I guess stealing coal's not moral, but he had a real high moral value. And one of the things he always, told me, and one of the reasons I probably stayed in the army was he continually kept saying he wished he'd have stayed in after the war because he'd have done been retired by now.
Right?
But no, he was a very honest person. I try to be that way.
Yeah, I think there's this fine line. What name should I use to call you? Do you want me just to use Starcop? Will that
Yeah,
work, or
that's
do you
fine.
want? Okay,
You
so
you can
Starcop,
call
I
me you
go
can call
ahead.
me Rick if you want. That's my actual first name.
Is it okay? I'll call you Rick, and then I might forget
Okay,
and go back to Starcop because
that's
that's
fine.
my age stuff. So so I think it's really interesting because there's something to be said for when you have to do what you have to do for your family. If the
Yep.
house has to stay warm, I just, I've worked in the courts, I've worked in that legal system. And I gotta tell you, I just believe right is right is right is right. But then sometimes, I don't know, when it comes to the family, I have a little bit of a different feel.
Yep.
And I hate to
Yep.
say
That's
that,
true.
but I do. I try not to. I try to always, this is the line, but you can't always be black and white like that, can you?
Nope. It's not. It's not all black and white.
It never is. Hey, Merge.
It's
Hey, Brian. Ray. Let's see. Steve Mack. Hey, how you doing? Thomas. I'm so glad to see you. TechCore. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. So we'll come back. I want to keep on with my questions because Starcop is so Slidette. I see you there. Merch. Um, So you're coming up and you have this like I did, my dad came at the other end of the depression. Certainly his mom had been in it full bore. And it gave him a different way of seeing things. But somehow that didn't get to me. I wish it had two Star Cop, but it
I
didn't
understand.
really get to me, right?
Yep.
It's I think I took things a little more for granted maybe than of course what he would have. or he does, right?
No, he
But
doesn't. He doesn't anymore.
yeah. So, so what are the big life lessons you got when you were growing up to about 20? Oh, that's nice.
I'm
Turn
just
it
going to hold it up.
sideways.
Somebody asked what happened to it. Nothing happened. The battery lead got chopped off, so I can't charge it. So until I get a new battery, I can't fly it. But the
Wow.
Wizard's fine.
Mo, mo, mo. Okay, I'm done. Say hi to Mo, mo, mo. So, what were your life lessons coming up in your life? What were the markers that might have changed the way you were growing up?
Ah, well, you asked where you grew up, and I told you, Clark Summit, but I didn't grow up until I came in the Army.
Yeah, and
I think I don't want to say that the crowd I was hanging around with is a bad crowd. They were good people, and they turned out just fine. But I think if I would have stayed out of the Army or hadn't gotten in the Army, I never would have gotten where I'm at now. But I needed a sense of purpose. I needed some rules, and I guarantee you they gave them to me.
oh
And
yeah,
and I don't. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy that still enforces those kinds of rules around the house or anything like that. But they gave you a sense of purpose. They gave you a sense of order, and the old adage, everything has its place, and that's where it needs to be. Everything has a place to go. It's guided my life pretty much all the way up since the time I came in the Army until now.
well, I'm
I
going to
don't
tell
always want to.
you, I saw that a little bit in one of your videos. I kind of talked to you about it before we went on with your puppies. And you just come in
Yes,
and ask them what time it is, and what do they do?
they all jump up to get their biscuit for bedtime.
And
Every
go
one
to
of them.
bed.
They
And
can
go
be
to
sound
bed.
asleep. They can be sound asleep laying there all around my wife because she's the puppy person. And all I gotta do is say, "What time is it?" And they all wake up immediately.
I tell you, it's almost like they're good little soldiers, Starcop. I mean, I'm just saying. Your
Never
puppies are
thought of it
such
that way.
good little soldiers. They're like, okay, Sergeant, here we go. Boop, 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 and off they go. So what was your rank in the Army?
I retired as a W-4, chief warrant officer.
Wow. Okay. Okay, very nice. And what did you think of Germany? I'm just gonna ask.
I loved it. My family, my ancestors were all from Germany. My first duty assignment over there was in a little town, Schweinfurt, down in Bavaria, and that's where I
Mm.
found out that my family came from Stuttgart and Würzburg. So I took my dad there when he came over to visit, and we actually found some uncles or like great uncles' graves and things like that.
Oh wow.
But no, it's a gorgeous country. I absolutely love being there. I would have retired over there if I could have found a job, but I didn't speak good enough German, and I don't speak it at all anymore.
Right? I spent a week in Heidelberg. I
Oh,
loved
Heidelberg,
it.
college town,
Oh,
gorgeous town.
it's beautiful. Just
They
beautiful.
they have the burning of the castle twice a year,
I
and
was
it's
there
absolutely
for it.
fantastic. Oh, it's gorgeous.
We went on the hillside to sit on the hillside to
Yep.
watch it, and there was so much service people there.
Oh yeah,
There was
yeah.
just tons
Well,
of
Heidelberg
service
used to
people
be
there.
Heidelberg was the headquarters for most of Europe
Hmm.
back in the day.
Yeah, and I was from back in the day. I think it was back in the early '80s. Yeah, very early '80s when I was there. I think I was there in '80. Was it '82? I was
You
there.
were there. You were there just before me. I stayed there from '83 to '86,
Yep, yep, just before you. Yes,
and
our cop.
then I went back in '93 to '96.
Mm.
But '93 to
See,
'96, I was up in
I
Gelnhausen.
were you? Ah,
Yeah, up in Hessen. Very different than Bavaria, but very nice, just the same.
oh, how nice. Okay, let me see. Chris Sullivan. Hey, Plummet. I'm so glad you're in here. Bill, I see you in there. I feel like I'm looking through that little mirror that weird gal in Romper Room, right, Mo? Look through. I see you. Sorry,
Uh,
guys, if I sound
I
like that.
thought
I'm
romper
not trying to.
I thought romper room was a local thing because I remember watching it back in Pennsylvania on Channel
right?
16, and
Well,
Miss
now
Judy.
yes, I was in Maryland at that time. So
Oh,
believe
okay,
me, it might have been an East Coast thing. I don't know, but oh boy, it was on. Let's see. So you come through and you go into the army, and when you went into the army, was it for a particular reason?
kinda. I almost plead the fifth, but I won't plead the fifth. I I had gotten engaged, and I saw no future in Pennsylvania. The only thing they had there was factory jobs, and I'd already been working one of those for many years. During the summertime. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, I talked to the recruiter. He told me exactly what would happen to me if I went in, and if I, did certain things, what rank I would be. I said that sounds pretty good. The worst I'd have to do is 4 years and get out. So I went in, and right in the very first week of AIT, which is the advanced training, I was out in Fort Huachuca, Arizona. I get the infamous Dear John letter. It's like,
Ah,
man. And then I just said, you know what? I'm staying in. I ain't getting out. And I think that was the reason I got it, was because I did go in and
right.
was away for too long. But hey, that's the way it goes.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I think the Dear John letter is something that yeah, I'm sorry, Starcop, but worked out for you,
Don't be
yeah?
sorry. It
Worked
ended up
out.
for the better. It ended up for the better. So
Yes. So you went in to kind of get to shake the dirt off your feet, kind of from
yeah,
your town.
I went in to get an education in college. Well, the education I got was from the School of Hard Knocks because I never got out.
Right, right. And when did you retire?
1996, January 1st.
Wow. So how many years did you serve?
Right at 22 and a half, 23, something like that.
Oh my gosh. That was a lot. That was a
It was
lot of
enough.
service. Yeah. So so now you're not in the armed services anymore, but you went into another kind of fraternal order.
Yeah. 96, I came home. That was the year Dad passed, and we went to
Mhm.
we didn't get to go to the funeral because they already had him buried by the time I came home. But anyway, I came home to the in-laws' house down here in Alabama and sitting there reading the want ads, and there was a want ad for employees at the local jail. And I says, "Hey, it's a job. I'll go talk to them." And the guy didn't want to hire me. He says, "Because you're a W-4, you're not going to like this job. I don't, I says, how about you let me decide whether I like the job or not?" And he
So
finally
what
did.
did
And
W4 have to do with you not liking the job?
well, he just, because it was a jail job. I mean, it was just working in the jail feeding prisoners. He didn't think I'd be good at it. I said, I can do anything
Ah,
you want. What he came to find out was I was one of the guys that followed all the rules. And what people don't realize that work in jails or prisons, prisoners will admire you if you follow the rules. It's the guys that go outside the rules to make the prisoner's life miserable, or the guys that make the prisoner's lives easy by breaking the rules that get in trouble.
right,
You follow the rules and they
right,
actually respect you and they'll stand up for you.
right. Because they need someone to care enough about them to follow those
Yeah.
rules.
Yep. It's
Right.
a two-way
Yeah.
street.
Yeah. So you're working in the prison or in the
Yep. I
was it a
worked there.
prison or a jail?
It was a local jail. I worked there for a year, and then one night the chief deputy came over and congratulated me, and I said, "What you congratulating me for?" He says, "You don't know?" I says, "No, I don't know." He says, "I'll be right back." He went he went downstairs, called the sheriff, brought the sheriff over, and the sheriff says, "Nobody told you you were starting to work with me next week as a deputy?" I said, "No, sir." So I did that for 10 years, and then I retired. Well, I didn't really retire from that because there really wasn't much of a retirement fund. I took that money and put it in a 401k. But
Mhm.
yeah, I did that for 10 years, and then I got a different job making more than the sheriff did. So I told him I just can't stay here.
Right, right, right. So what are you doing now?
I work for the Army. I'm a Department of the Army civilian, a DAC is what they call us. And I teach, of all things, aviation regulations, airspace,
Wow.
to Army instructor pilots and instrument flight examiners.
Oh, for goodness sake. Okay. Okay.
So basically, I'm doing what I did when I got out, except that I don't fly aircraft anymore, which is what got me into drones.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where we need to go now. Can you all hear me okay? I lowered my volume just a little bit. Hey, drone pool. Hey, drone pool. You drone is here. Um, I think I said plummet. Hi, guys. Um, so let me grab my iPad where I have everything. So you started flying drones. Now, did you fly planes?
No, I flew attack helicopters most of my career.
Attack helicopters. Okay. And was that something you wanted to do, or did you want planes?
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to fly jets for the Air Force, but the Air Force wasn't meant for me, so I went in the Army, went in as enlisted, and was out in the field one day as an enlisted soldier and saw a helicopter for the first time and found out that the Army would actually send you to school. So I applied and they accepted, and somehow they let me through.
Oh, wow. That is really great. Oh, Philly. Hey, Philly. So, so then when I was going through this, the first thing you did on your YouTube, let's go to YouTube for a little bit, is
Uh huh.
you did like an Evo unboxing. You did a couple of those. I
Uh
liked
huh.
all your stuff, so I hit the like for you. You had your little dogs. You got the gimbal adapter. You did something like that, and then you went to the Mavic Pro. Was that your
Yes.
first drone?
Yep. And mainly because it was the first advertisement I had ever seen for a drone. I didn't know the Spark was out there. I probably would have gotten a Spark because of the price difference, because it would have done a lot of the same things. But yeah, the Mavic Pro was my first.
Well, and you do a great job flying your Mavic. So
Oh,
that
actually,
was
it does
that
the.
was cool.
I just pointed in the right direction. It does all the work.
It's kind of like my breeze. I just pointed and it goes, but I like it that way. So then you went and you got your puppies. They're so flippin' cute. You went and got another drone. What did you get next?
I'm trying to remember what the next one was. I've been through a Typhoon H and a GoPro Karma. I think the Typhoon H was the next one. Yeah, Typhoon H was the next one. Uh, and it was a nice drone. There's a couple videos on there that I shot with it, and a couple videos I shot of it flying, but it didn't have the range. And I had 3 flyaways with it. That, well, I say flyaways. It flew away for 3 or 4 minutes before it decided to come home, and I
Oh,
knew it didn't
geez.
have a signal. And then the GoPro Karma, it just didn't have any range at all around where I live, and it should have plenty of range because where I live, there's no high buildings or no high trees or nothing. So I traded, worked some drug deals with those, got a Mavic Air.
You worked some
Uh,
what deals with those?
Drug deals. That's when you kind of like, hey, I'll give you this for this. Not real drugs. Okay, not real drugs.
I was like,
Uh, no, no, no. It's what we call it in my group that I walk around with. We call them drug deals when somebody does, I do you a favor, you do me a favor,
Yes.
things like that. But the Mavic Air was the next, and then the Phantom 4 Pro, and then
Okay.
finally the Altel, the Evo, and then finally the Mavic 2.
So
So
you don't go small.
no, no, I try not to go too small.
Yeah, I was looking at that. What do you think it is about drone flying for you?
For me, it's as close to flying as I'll ever get until you've actually not just ridden in an aircraft, until you have flown an aircraft and see what the world looks like and how peaceful it looks up there. Even combat, until the bullets start flying, looks peaceful from up there. I can still remember flying in Germany, and winter was my favorite time, right around Christmas, because all the towns they don't they didn't used to, they may now, but they used to put up just white lights, not colored lights, but they put them up all over the town. You could fly down the rivers and tell where you were by looking at the Christmas lights. But from that, you can tell it in the videos when you look at it. Look how peaceful those videos are when people fly over these places.
It is. It is. I love the aerial flying. That is my favorite
Oh yeah.
flying when I see it. And that's what I like watching the most because it is so peaceful. And
I,
life is rarely peaceful, at least for me. So I
that's true.
grab it where I can.
Yeah. There's a certain solace in being up there, and even though you're not in the drone, you're watching where the drone's going, and it's like you're all by yourself.
So what is your next step in your drone flights?
Actually, I want to get my wizard back up so I can do some stunt flying because I really, and it just amazes me what these guys do with the FPV flying that they do. It's some of the videos that they put out, like Docs. I mean, every time he puts one up, I've got to jump on it as soon as I see it, and
Right?
several other people too. And they're just phenomenal. It's just unbelievable.
I've been watching Rulin drone TV, and he'll have four different, you
Yes.
know, just her terrific flying, and I
Yep.
can't believe how talented everyone is when it comes to this type of flying. I wouldn't know where to begin.
Hey, Baduga.
Hey, is the good troll in here? Hey, good troll. I love the good troll. So so when you so your next step is going to be then the faster drones, more the acro. Is
Oh
that what
yeah.
you're
I mean, I'm not
thinking?
going to
Yeah.
give up on the other. I The problem with the other is I get kind of tired of seeing the same scenery around my house,
Oh my
and I don't get to
gosh.
travel very much.
That
I've
sounds
been
like
trying to.
Kim. Starcop,
Well,
that sounds like Kim.
I've been trying to get over to the school, and I want to do a documentary on our school that's not that old right now, but it got destroyed in 2007, and they
Wow.
rebuilt it in a different place. But you got to get over there when it's not open, and it's hard to get over there and do it. But sooner or later, I'm going to get one of these drones over there and do an aerial of the new school, and then do a little bit of a documentary on why we have a new school.
Nice. Nice, Starcop. Scott, hello, and Mr. Winky Head. I saw you come in too. Hey, if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. I saw Philly come in also. Um, so so you're gonna go acro, and so where do you see your YouTube channel actually going?
I don't know. I mean, I like to post all kinds of different things. Uh, it It'll probably stay with drones for the most part because there's not going to be a whole lot of unboxing for a while. I've got one unboxing I've been trying to get done all week, and I've been under the weather, so I haven't gotten it done. And that's of a carbon piper, uh, mainly because I want to get back into flying some fixed wing too, because I used to do that remote control a long time ago in a galaxy far away. And that was back in the days of the .049 engines and the gas and all that. Now they're electric. You don't have to worry about chopping your fingers off when you go fly one, unless you're dumb enough to put it up there while it's spinning. But you know, just all kinds of stuff. There's
So
there's probably no one direction.
so you're married
Yes, ma'am.
and you have children. How many
Two
children?
daughters, both gone from the house. One's 35. She has my grandson down in Pace, Florida, and one is 30. She just got a house in Enterprise. Matter of fact, that's where I was all day yesterday. Was tearing up the carpet, and those carpet strips were about ready to kill my back. But I got
Right?
them all up for them, so they can lay down new floors on Tuesday. And she's a intensive care nurse down at the local hospital.
Oh well, bless her. Bless
So
her for
very
that.
very proud of both of them.
Yeah. So I noticed on your videos you dedicate your channel to your grandson.
Yes, ma'am.
So you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Well, he's going to be 6 October 18th. All three of
Wow.
my daughter's birthday, my birthday, and his birthday are all in October. But last year, I think I want to say it was right after Christmas, they found an arachnoid cyst, not an arachnid like a spider, but an arachnoid cyst. I don't never heard of any such thing, and it's in the brain. His was on his right side, and the cyst basically would fill up with cerebral spinal fluid,
Oh,
CSF.
Jesus.
And his got so big that it pressed on his brain and was causing sinus problems and headaches. And it was misdiagnosed down in Florida. And then by the time they found out what it was, they tried to treat it with medication, and it didn't work. And we were told he was going to be taken to Birmingham, which is where the Children's Hospital is here in Alabama. It's one of the best in the nation. He was going to be sent there on a supposedly on a Friday. Well, we got a call on Thursday saying they're taking him there now because he's getting worse. And while I was at work on Friday, he had 5 craniectomies in one day.
Oh, jeez.
And when I got up there, he was in intensive care. Well, PICU, pediatric intensive care, drug-induced coma. He was like that for 3 or 4 weeks. And when he finally came out of that, he couldn't move anything on his left side. And the doctor said, it's not paralysis. Paralysis is permanent. He says, this is because the right side of the brain was traumatized. The left side of the body goes numb. And now he's a running, jumping little fool. So just got to praise God that he came through all that. But that's why I call him my walking miracle.
Oh, wow. You know, I have one grandchild and his grandson, and I just can't even imagine what you were going through. I
Yeah,
just can't even imagine.
those doctors are just, I mean, what they did for him and the stuff he went through as a little kid. Thank God he probably won't remember it when he gets older. He goes back every once in a while for checkups. We hopefully won't have any more craniectomies. And
Oh
they
my
what they
gosh.
had to do was they couldn't regulate the production of the CSF through medication, so they put a shunt in here, ran it down into his stomach. So now the excess of fluid drains into his stomach, and his eyesight's come back. His pressures are getting normal, and just every single day is a better day for him.
Thank goodness. Bless your grandson. What a trooper. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
really.
that's why I got dedicated to him when I started it up, because I'd had YouTube for a long time, but I never decided to do anything with it, and that's why I did what I did for him.
I think it's a great tribute to him because I mean, what a little guy. What a little guy.
Oh, he's a little toughie.
He is. He is. He's going to have the world by the tail. I believe it.
Yeah, I think so. He just won't play contact sports because that's one thing the doctor said he'll never be able to do because of the damage that was done and the things they had to do to fix it. Which, okay, so he can't play sports. There's I
I
never
can't
played
either.
that many sports, so
Yeah, I think that sports are great, and I think they can help mold a child. But I also think there's so many other things that
oh sure,
also mold a child, and so you
sure,
just got to decide which of those things are good, because there's
that's it.
so many things for our young people to do now,
Yep,
so many. And I hear, but I'm not sure, they're saying that football is not as big a thing as it was. It's kind of going down a little. Just saying.
they don't live in the South.
Yeah, and they don't live up in Idaho either, because you get those games on and everybody's there. But that's what I had heard. Okay, Drone DGI, I just made you a moderator. Nobody will accidentally kick you out. But should something happen, everyone knows that I can take the moderator thing away, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Just a little. What do they call it? A PDA? No, because I think that's something else. Okay, I'm just being quiet now because I don't know what it is. Hey Ryan, how you doing?
Yeah, I just added him.
Did you? Good, 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 good. Because a lot of these guys, I'm going to all the channels, but today I kind of dedicated it to your channel, Starcop, because I
Yeah, I noticed
wanted
you
to
were there.
know. Did you notice me?
Oh yeah,
I I spent some time there, and it also surprised me. Some of your videos, I just want to talk to the community as a whole. Hold on just a minute. If you go watch a video and you like it, hit like. It doesn't cost anything. I was noticing on Starcup, you have some fabulous videos and there wasn't likes. And I'm hitting these likes just one after the other as I'm watching them, thinking these should these should be, really more widely viewed, and people need to be seeing them. So, guys, if we go on, let's do that for everyone. Our community is great, and I know we do it. So I'm not giving you a lecture, really, even though it might sound like that, because I really think that a lot of these videos are just spectacular, and we should try to remind ourselves. I forget sometimes and have to go back in. I'm going to admit it. I forget and I have to go back and do it. So anyway, that was my announcement because I went through your channel and I noticed that some of the views weren't where I thought they would be, but they're coming up. You are gaining where you should be now.
Oh, it's because Canadian Drone Network. I'm here to tell you. I had 10 family members that were my joiners or my subs back in the day, and I had like maybe 50 views. And all of a sudden, I found the Canadian Drone Network Monday or every day in the morning, and the next thing you know, I'm up over 270 and over 3,700 views. I don't really
Yeah.
care that much about it's you know it's not so much about how many subs I end up getting, because I'm not going to monetize. Why would I want to monetize anything? I just want them to get some kind of enjoyment out of watching the things I did.
Can you go in the chat and just write hi or something, Starcop?
Sure.
Because TechCore wanted me to drop a link. I'm not as sophisticated yet in knowing how to do some of this, so we'll just have you do it. So Ryan said that Canadian Drone Network is a trap.
There's my picture.
See, that's where you get the monkeys from. Beyond Trees,
Yes.
thank you, darling, for coming in. Yeah, I see
That's
now.
why I've been using the monkeys.
Is that why? Okay, because you have the monkey. I don't think everyone was here. This is how we started the stream.
Only I had it on.
Oh, Philly Drone Life is saying, monetize? It ain't happening on my channel with my mouth. I'm going to tell you, I sometimes think that for all of us, if we're going to say what we really think, that's sometimes going to be our fate. It's not going to be monetized. But I think that beyond I don't mind monetize. Anybody who can, go ahead and do it. I'm still watching your stuff. It's perfectly fine. It's wherever you're at, I'll be there with you. But I think when we have a lot more viewers, it's kind of like it's kind of like someone saying to us, "Hey, we like what you're doing." That's what more viewers, more subscribers means. That somebody likes what you're doing. Do you think that's true, Starcop? And if you don't, you can tell me.
Yeah, well, I don't know if the number of viewers the views, yeah.
Yeah.
The people, the number of subs doesn't necessarily mean that. I guess it sort of does, because if they liked it enough, they stick around to watch more of them. But yeah, I think the views are more important.
Yeah, because I will tell you that as far as subscribers, I don't know how they figured out, but I always get so many. And then I get what we call the YouTube tax. You may have
The
heard
YouTube
Roger
tax.
talk about.
Yeah.
And I got the YouTube tax today because I went to 1,005, went down to 1,004, and then somebody came up and smacked me again, so I'm back up to 1,005. But it'll go up and down. We just all know it. We can't get too invested in it, right?
That's true.
Because it goes up and down, and we don't want to be miserable thinking about it. So where would you like to see your channel in, let's talk, 5 years?
Oh, I'd like to just be here still.
Yeah?
I don't know. I've still got some other things I want to do besides the droning and stuff. I like talking about my firearms, and I've been wanting to do a couple of those, but there's so many people out there to do them. But then again, there's a lot of people out there to do drone videos, and yet people still find me. So it might not make a difference.
I think that we can't worry about how many people out there doing what we like.
Nah.
We just can do it anyway. I think when Starbucks came out, they were probably thinking, there's so many coffee shops. What
And now
difference
there's
do
so
I
many.
make?
Now there's so many Starbucks.
Now you can't walk down the street without getting smacked with a coffee. I'm just saying.
Yep.
So I think you just do what you like, don't you think? Just
Yep.
be where you are.
Yep. Oh, I'm
It
not.
was
I'm not going anywhere.
that is good. I think that YouTube can be overwhelming. I think it can just be overwhelming if you let it. You have to be a little bit careful. Let's see. Starcop has gotten more than one thumb out of me. That's Ed. He's gotten
Thanks,
more than
Ed.
one thumb. He is so funny. I love Ed. Yes, yes, yes. Because a lot of times I'm gonna say I know a lot of people go in and they hit like when they go in. I don't ever do. Hey Crystal, don't work too hard. Talk to you later. I don't worry about it too much, but oh well. The thumbs, it's always nice to get a like. Were
Yep.
you on Roger's channel when he got 100 likes today?
Oh no, I missed that.
Oh
I think
yes. Oh yes.
he probably got them right after I went to church. I know he was climbing past 60 or so when I went to church, and
Yeah,
I
let
couldn't
me
get
let
back
me
on.
tell you the reaction we got. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, Kim's reaction. Eh? So who did Roger pay? Did he pay all of you? I loved it. I loved it. I was like, what pay? Where was my line?
Yeah,
I have to get in
exactly.
the line because nobody told me.
Oh,
Bye, Chris Sullivan. Thanks for coming in. So so I know that you have children and
yes.
they don't all live near you.
Not really that near, no.
How is that for you, Dad?
It's okay. Well, the youngest one's only 10 miles away now, so she's virtually in the same town, just
Oh wow.
on the other
Nice.
side. But the other one's down in Pace, which is better. They were in the army and they were at Fort Monroe, and it was a 15-hour drive. Now I've got a 2-hour drive to see my grandson, so that I can take.
Oh nice. Yeah, you see, I have to be near my grandson. My son had he tried for a job. I think it was in England at one time, and I said, "Well, I'm going with you," because he's a single parent. And he's like, "Excuse me," and I said, oh yes. Don't think my grandson's going anywhere that I don't check it out with him for at least a few months. Somehow he didn't do the job. I think he just called him and said, "Forget it. She's gonna follow me," because I would follow him. So if there was one thing about you, Star Cop, because you have seemed to give your life to jobs of service. You know,
Pretty much.
you were in the Army giving service. You were a law enforcement officer. It was the sheriff's department, yeah, in Coffee County.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
that right? And you gave
Mhm.
service. And then you went back to the Army as a civilian and you gave service. So do you see that just I don't know. There are people in this world that just decide that that is for them to always be giving. Do you see yourself that way, or is it just us seeing you like that?
And that's probably just you seeing me. I mean, this is the type of job I like. Matter of fact, the church I go to one night or one Wednesday night they were having Bible study. And when the Bible study was done, everybody sat around talking about what they did and whatnot. And I told them, I said, if you'd seen my grades when I was in high school and whatnot, I'd have been the last person everybody would have pointed to and said, that's going to be a teacher someday. And I've been teaching aviator since 1979. So,
Right.
hey, it's just, I fell into the niche that I was supposed to fall into. Somebody guided me the right way. And I ended up right where I was supposed to be in life.
I think you're exactly where you're supposed to be in life. But I do think that caregivers and people who give service are special people. I just think it
Yeah.
because it's hard
And,
to
uh,
do that.
and now my daughter's one. So,
Yeah, see, and she took after her dad, and
yep.
she went into a care situation. So I think it's beautiful. I really do. How many? How many subscribers do you have? Isn't like 273 right
73 or
now?
something like that. Yeah, 273s, 273, 72. Pay some tax maybe once in a while.
It's 277.
Oh, I picked up 4 at least.
You picked up a couple tonight because I think I saw it at 273. And I just wanted you to know that's why a lot of times I love doing the interviews, because I think when people really get to know you, Rick, and who you really are, then it's so much easier to go in and say, you know what, I'm going to support this guy because not only does he fly beautifully, he's just a great guy. And
Well,
I
I
think that's
appreciate
what happens. How did you meet your wife? Can I change subjects on you?
that. Sure. I thought I was robbing the cradle. I came here from Fort Hood in 1978 because Fort Hood's where they sent me out of flight school, and they needed teachers here. I said, well, hey, I see guys going that are worse pilots than me. I might as well go and try to be one. And I came here, and sure enough, I became an instructor, and she was working in the headquarters of the airfield that I worked at. And first couple times I saw her, I said, "Man, I mean, I'm 26 years old. She's got to be like 18. I can't possibly even talk to her. You know, the Army frowns on that kind of thing." And then one day I was driving through a local town and I saw her walking her dog on the side of the road again. I says, "Man, there's got to be a reason I keep seeing her." So I went in to where she worked one day and asked her if she'd go out to dinner, and she said she would. Come to find out, she was 3 years older than me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So she
So there
was
wasn't no
robbing the
reason.
cradle, not you.
Yes, yes. But that we got married in '81, so 37 years ago.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I just admire that. I think that's wonderful. And you have a bunch of doggies that that came to you in different ways, right? You
Yes.
didn't go to a pound or go or to someone dealing in dogs and say, "Hey, can you give me your 9 best dogs?"
No, no. We have, let me think, one, two, two pedigrees that we paid for. The other 7 are all either found on the road or lost somewhere around Walmart or someplace, and they got in the car and came home.
Oh my gosh. Tell me about your pit bull. Now, the reason why I'm bringing him up first is
Her.
not only because the Canadian Drone Network has Big Roxy, who is just a love, but people are so frightened of the pit bulls. How did you end up
Uh,
with your pit bull?
my daughter was driving home from high school, and this dog was in the side of the road in the ditch, uh, almost not dead, but very nearly totally emaciated. And she brought her home. And I said, "You know what that is?" She says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, it's got to stay in the fence." And it ended up coming in the house of all things and staying for a while. But it had still has, it has a pellet or a bullet. We don't know which, because the doctor said it's in the muscle. Just leave it there. He says if it was a bullet, when it went in, it would have cauterized everything. It never went all the way through. It never hit anything. Just leave it where it's at. And she still has that in her side. And our best guess is that she was such a nice dog, she wouldn't fight. And so they just took her out and dumped her and shot her and didn't realize they hadn't killed her.
Oh, jeez.
But she is the lovingest dog. Now, the one thing she will fight with is another female. That's why she's on a chain outside, because we got so many females now in the house that she won't get along with them. But she's got a huge house to sleep in, all the water she can drink, and all the food she can eat.
She looked so happy when you went out to talk with
Oh
her.
yeah,
She was such a
she goes
sweetheart.
ballistic when you get out there. And if you put her on a leash, and I've got a leash that's about 20 feet long, there's a reason it's 20 feet long. She's so strong. She just takes off running, and she just
Mhm.
runs in circles like a little rabbit.
And she is much smaller than Kim's and Roger's pit bull.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She How come she's so tiny? Is that just her?
No, no, that's just where she is now. She's not that small. She is all muscle. She is
Mm.
extremely strong. Matter of fact, sometimes when I take her on her leash, I clip her to the garbage can and she pulls it out to the road. All I do is hold it, and she'll pull it out to the road for me.
Oh, sweet puppy. Well, and then you have Henry.
Yep, we just got Henry last January for my wife's birthday.
Henry is cute. Henry is
He's a
very cute.
fuzzball.
And then you have a blue and a red
Mm-hmm. Yep.
hound. But what are they? What kind of dog?
They are Catahoulas. We'd never heard of the breed until my daughter came home and told us what they were. My wife found them on the side of the road. Two little puppies, all flea bitten and starving to death. She brought them home. We washed them down and fed them. And my daughter looked them up, and the red bone is a Catahoula, and then uh, the blue got spider bit or something last week, and I brought her in. She'd only been out for 2 hours, and I brought her in. She had a nickel-sized hole in the side of her rib cage,
Mm.
and we left her alone at night. And we took her to the vet the next day, and won't even say how much that cost. But he says his best guess. We thought she might have been shot, but there wasn't any hole all the way through. It was just right there on the surface. He said it's probably a spider bite that ate through there, and then it just
Oh,
opened up like that. So
oh,
she's
gee.
laying in there stitched up. She's okay. Uh, yeah, that's our Catahoulas. The red one is Gus, and the blue one is Zuleika.
Oh, nice. Okay, Zuleika, how did you come up with that?
That is the name of It's a Wonderful Life. Zuzu's Petals.
Oh, yeah.
That's that girl's name is Zuleika.
Oh, beautiful. You also have two border collies.
Uh-huh. One long hair, one short hair. Long hair is Johnny. He's a little old. He's getting really old, but he still plays really well. And the short hair one is Desi Dorada. Don't even ask where that name came from because I have no idea. I just call her Desi. But yeah, and I think you probably watched the video of Desi running. She's one fast little dog.
Mm-hmm.
She'll chase the ball all day long. Matter of fact, when I sit here trying to watch TV in the other room, she's constantly bring me the ball to throw down the hall so she can go get it and bring it right back.
Mm.
She'll do that all day long.
And you have two Pekingese. Is that correct?
Well, no, I have Henry is a Pikachu. He's a mix between a
Pikachu.
Pekingese, so he's a hybrid mutt.
Okay,
That's what
okay.
that's what that's what I call him. But
So
he's
he's so
he's
cute.
purebred mutt. he's
Yeah.
he's Pekingese and Shih Tzu, and then Harper Lee is Pekingese, and then Guinea is a Chihuahua. She's the only Chihuahua we have left. We had 4 or 5 Chihuahuas at one time.
Oh, wow. So, so you have a ton of dogs.
Yes.
I have two, and I just seem they take up so much time. How do you manage? You have so many. You have an interest in guns. You have an interest in drones. You have a wife. You have children. You have a grandson, and then on top of that, you've decided 9 dogs.
Yeah.
How do you make all that work?
They kind of tie us down a little bit. My wife, now that she's retired, she takes care of feeding them and whatnot during the day, and then I can get the weekends and the holidays. The problem is when we want to go somewhere. Luckily, we've been able to find some good people that will come in and house sit and like our dogs. So if we can get one of them to come in and sit, we get to go on vacation. If not, we don't get to go on vacation.
Oh, you're gonna have to find some. I know I do some dog sitting, and I watch a cat, and I love
Are
it.
we?
I love them. I love the little animals.
Yeah, my daughter's like since she bought this house in the next town over, she can do it. So the wife and I can go on a little bit more vacations every once in a while. But the whole time we're gone, I think the wife wants to know is how are the dogs.
That's right. That's right. That's
So
exactly right.
she wants daily pictures and daily reports.
So, guys, we've been on for an hour. It's kind of the custom for us to turn and start really talking to the people who are on the chat with us. And I appreciate all of you still being here, a lot of you still being here. So is there anything you want to ask Starcop, Rick? What does he say? Oh, Philly. Okay. Freaking cell phones. Okay. Thank you, Philly, for asking people to smash the like button. Please feel free to. I'd enjoy that. Like to see that. So any questions? I'm looking up where we are.
Yeah,
Do
no,
you
the
think?
video's delayed on this end. I don't know if the chat is or not, but the video is.
Yeah, it's always going to be delayed. So they're going to hear this in a minute. Fingers are so fat, they swipe 5 letters at a time.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Oh, roll tide.
Yeah,
Oh my
roll
gosh.
tide, baby. 51-14 last night.
Oh, oh my goodness. What is on your below tie, Rick?
What is what?
What is on your boat?
Oh, my bolo. Hang on a second.
Below?
Let me know when they can see it because it's delayed on here.
Okay, I can see it, but I'm on the other thing. So they'll see it pretty soon. That's beautiful.
Yep, that's my favorite one. I'm surprised somebody knew what a bolo was.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I've been,
on this channel? Oh yeah.
I've been wearing them all my life. Matter of fact, you asked about my wife. On first date, I showed up with a great big black onyx and gold bolo.
Oh nice. Oh nice. So they want to know if you are let's see. What is on you? Oh,
Oh,
are you excited to do FPV? Plummet wants to
I
know.
I I can't wait. But I want to make sure I get the right hookup between the goggles and the drone. I got the Wizard. I'm going to practice just flying it, line of sight for a while. Now that I know which switch position is not acro, uh, and then I'm going to try to find because I want a pair of goggles that won't just work with this, but will work across the band. And I've been told that the DJI racing goggles will work at 5.8 and 2.4, and they'll work both with these drones and with the others. But I don't know how true that is. So I've got to do some research before I invest that much in a pair of goggles. But yeah, I'm really excited to try and do it. Matter of fact, I might just buy a little Hubsan because I've seen some of the things guys are doing with the little Hubsons, and that's just some amazing flying. Yeah, I mean, you're talking to a guy who used to do aerobatics in a helicopter, and to see what these guys do with these drones is absolutely phenomenal. In as far as I'm concerned,
So Plummet says he can help you with that.
I'm sure he can. I would love to have help.
And let's see, Richard Goggins, did you ever make it up to Alaska, Rick? I was in E Troop first air cav from 78 to 80. I was
I
on
made
the, go ahead.
no. Go ahead,
So
because
he
I can't
said
see
I
what he
was
wrote.
on the O5B radio operator.
Okay. Uh, I made one and only one trip to Alaska. It was I want to say it was Fort Wainwright. I made it as enlisted. I jumped out of a C-130 in the middle of the dang winter, and I found out there's something that's a whole lot harder than concrete when you hit it, and that's Alaska tundra that's frozen over. Uh, only tactical jump I ever got to make, and thank goodness I never did it again. That's the only time I've been to Alaska. Didn't get to see much of it.
Alaska's cold, very cold. So let's see, from helicopters to drones, do you continue to fly the big ones, or how does drone compare adrenaline?
Uh, well, I'd say the closest thing to flying a real helicopter is going to be that FPV because I've seen the things it can do, and it flies more like a helicopter. If you just think of what you guys are calling the throttle, I believe the left stick would be like the collective. That's the power lever in a helicopter, and then the right stick is the cyclic. So those pretty much fly. But the drones that I fly, the DJI drones, the GPS drones, don't fly anything like a helicopter. Nothing like a helicopter. Yeah, they have rotors, but they don't fly like a helicopter.
Mm-hmm. So we have getting started on homesteading. Hey, how you guys doing? And we also have drone redneck, Carl Marine. So Carl, Redneck, is your grandson, is that what you're saying, is now a Marine?
Well, thank him for his service if he is.
I'm pretty sure I read that right, but sometimes I read wrong. Getting started, just supported your channel. Guys, feel free to support any channels you want in here, please. Everyone likes
Well,
that.
tell Ray Smith it was either jump or be pushed.
Did you get that, Ray? Ray, we might have to push him. Okay, let's see. I've been working on sleeping and going to doctors, trying to get going. Oh, so Redneck, is your grandson's a Marine? Simplify. I'm going to tell you a really quick story, then we'll get back to the interview. When my mom was really sick, we were going into the hospital and she saw a Marine, started talking to him, and when he left, she put up her hand and said, "Simplify," because she was in the Navy at one time when she was very young. And it almost brings tears to my eyes thinking about that when I saw that on your Red Network or Redneck. So please, thank your grandson for his service.
Yeah, by all means. I just got you, Drone Redneck.
Yeah, he's great. So yeah, please, everyone. Just show your support. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm here to
LOL, yes, it is hard. The 82 Airborne mad a disastrous drop on phone at Fort Wainwright in 1979, with guys scattered all over and a lot of injuries.
I went in 1975. It wasn't much different.
No.
You think they would have learned, but they didn't.
No, not everybody learns. It's a talent. It's a talent to learn. That's why it takes me so long to learn.
I'm here to tell you, I may only see Army, although I see Marines every once in a while. I see a lot of Aussie pilots too. You can't be prouder of our young military. I'm here to tell you, these are good people doing a tough job, and they deserve every bit of thanks we can give them.
Yeah, they are quite the spectacular young people, for sure. Oh, so your grandson's been in the Marines for over a year now. Nice. Where is he stationed? Stateside, or is he overseas? Or should I ask? I know not everything's allowed to be said. God bless the military, for sure. For sure.
Amen.
That's awesome. Drone Network Marine grandson Carl Simplify. I loved my QX80, but it passed away. I don't know how Kim made it pass away, but I'm sure it had lots of flying. Hi, NetDragon, how you doing? So somebody else said, would you stand or will you sit when you FPV?
I know I'm going to sit.
He's from California, but stationed at New River Air Station here in North Carolina. Nice. He's in the South. So let me put that. Okay, NetDragon, I got you that. Let's see. Drone Life. Hey, Drone Life, are you in here? I didn't see you come in. Sorry if I missed you. Anybody that I missed, I'm terribly sorry. But I will say it's a really good interview to be interviewing Starcop, who's done so much service. Try standing on one leg your first time. If I did that, I'd be laying down because I wouldn't land. I'm a leaner, LOL. I stand, but gotta lean on something. Ray sits when he FPVs.
Leaning might work, but I think I'm going to sit.
I did. I sat when I FPV'd. I sat down, and then after a while, I thought I just want to stand up. And I will tell you, it's kind of hard to keep my balance there for a little bit. Thank you, Philly. Thank you, Philly. So, what would you recommend, Starcop, to young people thinking about going into the service now?
Well, stay out of the Army. Excuse me. Air Force and Navy, personally. That doesn't mean there's bad people in the Army or the Marines, but I would hate to send somebody someplace where they're not going to come back. And not that Air Force and Navy always come back, but there's a lot more civilian related jobs in those two fields than there are in the Army and the Marines.
Right, because a lot of
So
our
if you
boys.
went in and didn't like it, you could get out with some kind of a skill that you could apply to civilian life. There aren't too many calls for attack helicopter pilots unless you're going to go to work for the mafia.
Right. I think I heard that from someone else too. That if you want to come out and be able to apply what you've learned, that some of the other military places might be a little bit more conducive to that. But I will tell you, I don't think there's much tougher. I think my uncle was in the Navy, my dad was in the Air Force. Um, we are Air Force kind of, Air Force brats. He was only in for a few years, and it put him through college and stuff like that. During the Cold War, he flew the Russian line.
Yeah, I flew the border.
Yeah.
Yep, I flew the 1K trace for 3 years.
And you know what they tell you? If you accidentally skip over that border a little bit, they'll shoot you
Oh yeah,
down. You don't get to stay
they'll
in the
shoot at you.
air.
They'll shoot at you even if you don't. Let me tell you, you just don't
Yeah.
hear about it here.
Yeah.
It never got the publicity that it did when Korea would do the same thing to our guys over there.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I think our Marines and our Army, they're just such good guys to be willing to go over and do those things because it's such a hard life for them. So hard.
It's
Brown pants. Hello. Go ahead, Starcop. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say it's not just them; it's their families too, because
Oh yeah.
we've got several people in our community right now whose husbands are getting ready to deploy again, and it's going to be hard on those families. So those of us who know what it's like have to keep watching over them.
Yeah. 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 So all the love in the world to these boys.
I saw somebody ask earlier, if not to interrupt, but I thought somebody in here asked something about the rifle in the back. Did somebody ask
Yes.
about that?
They would like you to talk about that. And I'm going to say, Starcop, when you do that, I'll be right back. So go ahead.
Okay,
I'll be right
let
back.
me go get it.
I got to get a drink. My precious, oh, my nice people.
Yeah, I can't see how much you guys can see because the things are delayed. This is a Quigley. It is a 45 110 Sharps rifle. Shoots a cartridge that's about 3.5 inches long, 465 grains of lead. It'll reach out about 1,200 yards. It has a Creedmoor sight, but it is a very heavy gun. If you've seen the movie Quigley Down Under, this is patterned after that. Now, this is not an actual Sharps because this was made by an Italian firm called Armani. They made this gun made this gun and sell it as a replica. So it's very heavy. It's one of my favorite. Wish I had a round to show you, but that's what this rifle is. It's a Quigley. So let me
Wow.
see if I can see that. Don't know if that answers everybody's questions about it or not.
Oh, RC fun. I will never forget the Navy because that was what my mother was in and my favorite uncle was in. It was the Navy. You see. So, Starcop.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
when you really think about it, if it weren't for the Army, you wouldn't have lost your girl. And if it
This
weren't
is
for the
true.
Army, you wouldn't have married your wife.
This is true, and that's the way I look at it. It's everything happens for a reason, and there's a person that takes care of all that for us.
I think
So
so. Thank goodness.
I happen to know how her life turned out, and I happen to know how mine turned out, and mine turned out way better.
And you got a beautiful wife out of it, so it's a good
Yes,
deal.
ma'am.
A good
Yep.
deal. My clan don't chase no one. We sneak on people. Oh, Portugal. What are you talking about, John? If you bend the barrel and make it squiggly.
Be a squiggly. I don't want to bend the barrel.
LOL, good troll. They chased me from under the bridge. Is in big trouble now. This YouTube is getting me a whole lot of trouble with the wife. Billy.
Actually, mine's been very tolerant of it. She's in the bedroom with the dogs to keep them quiet, and she didn't mind. She didn't
Oh,
fuss, and
that is so sweet.
she watches shows that I don't like on certain nights, and on those nights I sit here and go into the live chats like Wacky Wednesday on Wednesday, while she watches
Yeah.
something else, and she doesn't
Yep.
mind.
Yep.
So, as long as we're in the same general room. We can
So
still yell at each other.
good night, Drone Network. Thank you so much. And again, thank your grandson for his service. They make clothes also. Steve Max, see you, Drone Network. Okay. What knucklehead called it a musket? LOL. It ain't no musket. That's Ed. Ed.
No, it's not a musket.
So someone wants to ask, is that a saddle behind you? That's what Ray wants to know.
Yes, it's this room here. We call it the cowboy room. Uh, I can't really show you all of it. We're, the wife and I both like old time westerns, and we have a fairly good friend, Bob Fuller, who used to play Cooper Smith and Jess Harper, one on Laramie, one on Wagon Train. We go see him every year at a film festival, and I've got pictures of John Wayne on the wall that people have painted for me, and all these stars. But yeah, that's a child saddle, but it's actually sitting on I don't know if you'll be able to see if I get up or not. It's actually sitting on a wagon wheel chair.
Oh, nice.
And then this is my Colt 45. I don't know, can you see it? Because I can't see the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's single action Colt. My wife's shotgun. And well, I took the Quigley down. But yeah, we
I
call this the
love my
cowboy room.
Colt.
Yeah. Oh, I love my single action. It's fun to shoot. Uh, Not any good with it compared to what I am with my 9mm, but
Well,
still fun to shoot.
yeah, they're great guns. Oh my gosh, here's that rolling rawhide. Now I think
There you
he's
go.
singing it while he's
Yep,
doing it because you can
he
see Ed
probably
do it
is.
now. Rolling, keep them doggies rolling. Yep,
Clint Eastwood was Rowdy Yates.
yep, he was. He was
Had,
a
had
cutie
Bill
then.
Favor.
Left one rolling out. Yes, you did leave one rolling out, Ed, but you were so close. So we're okay. Hey, Night Train, how you doing, Mike? Nameless droner. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for coming in. So we were just going through some of the guns in some of the Western room that Starcop has, because I noticed when you were saying something about you did a video on Best Buy.
Oh yes.
And you said instead of yellow, you
Price
go
match.
yeller. You go
Yeah.
yeller. And I
Yeah.
thought, okay. That's cool.
Yep. That's
But
their
they didn't
price
have
match.
price match.
No, because the color was wrong. That makes the SKU different. I said, you got to be kidding.
Are
Same
we
drone.
way behind in the chat, Drone Live? Sorry.
We may be. I can't see it hardly at all with these glasses because I've had to
Yeah.
push this so far away to get it where it needs to be.
Bye, Philly. Oh, so they're thinking that your saddle would fit Roxy, Kim's pit
It
bull.
probably would if it would fit my black lab, Jake, which we didn't talk about. I've had him since he came out of his mama, and he was the biggest of the pups when he came out. And I says I was going to name him Monster, and we named him Jake because of the Starlight or whatever it was, the vampire movies. And everybody
Oh,
used to
yeah.
say Jake has fleas, so we ended up naming him Jake, and it stuck. He doesn't mind, but that saddle will fit him. Yes, indeed. It's a child saddle.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
it's it's there for decoration in the cowboy room.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so Kim, stop calling her fat guts. Her name is Roxy, and she's a beautiful, beautiful woman.
She's, he's liable to come up missing another leg.
Yeah, she's going to tear it off him and just smack him with it. Roxy can be mean.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. It's nice seeing you too. Yeah, I think it is. It's yeah, the pit bull is. That's why when I say your pit bull, I thought, gee, how much does your pit bull weigh? Do you think?
Ours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. About 75.
Okay. Yeah. So Kim's, I think, has lost weight, and Kim's Roxy and Roger's Roxy, I think, is down to 103 pounds. But Roxy really is a ball, like a big basketball with just little pins coming out of her for legs. That's what she reminds me of. She's just funnier than heck. Yeah, better keep Roxy fed, that's for sure. They get huge, Rick. Pit bulls can get huge if you feed them baby
Yep.
turkeys.
Yep.
That's what I hear. Yes, if you guys want to, please hit the like. I'm gonna go in here and see where we're at. Oh, I was seeing how far behind we were in chat, but I still can't tell. Okay, there we go. I'm not good at it, guys. I'll get better. I'll get better. Is it yeller? It is yeller, unless you want to say yellow, Joan Life. I thought it was fun because I was watching all of them, and I just thought, that's the thing I like about it because there's, you can kind of tell where someone's kind of been brought up or what kind of way they were brought up by the way they say certain colloquialisms, like, instead of "old yellow," it's "old
Yeah, it's a
yellow,"
Miller. Yeah.
because otherwise it wouldn't sound right. It'd sound kind of stupid, like "there's old yellow."
Yeah, and who didn't cry when old Yeller died?
I did. I was sobbing. Hey, Drone Pool. Drone Pool saying hi, Starcop.
Hey, Drone Pool.
I know, old Yeller. She died, and he died. It was so sad because he got that rabies. Wasn't he the one who got rabies?
Yep.
Yep, they had to put him
Fight,
down. Oof.
fighting off the wolf or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. He's just a beautiful dog. She is too smart for her own good. Yes, Roxy is, but that's why I love her.
Hi, Hella.
Rooms and computers. Okay, Merch, I'll wait for you. Is Aaron already in bed? He probably is. It's got to be close to 1 a.m. there. Star Cop live in the flesh. Woohoo! Hey, helicopter. Hey, Star Cop used to fly helicopters.
Yes, indeed.
So it shows how connected we are in different ways. I'll be here. I'm waiting for you, Merch. You know I'm waiting for you. Rabies. Who was the lead? The rifleman? Oh, helicopter. We got in trouble for being on last time.
Now, I never met Chuck Connors, but I met his son and saw his rifle and got to hold it.
Did you? Oh, so
Yep.
cool.
He has since passed away, and I think his brother got the rifle, but he doesn't go to shows anymore. So
No? Okay.
no.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. I'm taking that off because it started bothering my ear. What's up, nameless? Okay. No way, Val. Yeah. Yeah, in the Army, and now he teaches aviation. So what kind of aviation did you say? Do you
I
teach?
teach the basic rules, the Federal Aviation rules to Army people. I also teach aerodynamics to them for rotary wing aircraft. And let me think. I also teach them how to be instructors. I teach the instructing fundamentals in accordance with the FAA's handbook, things like that.
So, in other words, guys, he's a little smarter than me. Just a little smart.
I don't know about that. Different kinds of smarts.
Oh
Good
my
night,
God.
Paduga.
Is Paduga going? Okay, good night, Control. We'll miss you. Let's see. Yeah, helicopter. I thought that was kind of cool. Heath. Where's Heath?
Y'all want to meet
Heath,
my
darling.
wife?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Come on.
Hi, how are you?
There you go. Mrs. Starcop. Teresa.
Hi, Mrs. Starcop. Oh, my sister's name is Teresa. Very nice. Very nice.
There she is.
So we saw all your puppies. You have a lot of them.
I do.
So how do you feel about having a house with 9 puppies in Starcop?
Puppies come first.
That is nice.
I guarantee you, puppies come first.
As it should be. Everyone knows.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you, Teresa. Oh, getting started on homesteading. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Yeah, so that's Miss Starcop. That is so cool. You know, when the guys and the gals bring on their significant others, it just kind of completes that whole picture, doesn't it?
Yep.
It just really does. I know when Drone Pool was able to bring his wife on, we actually were able to organize a honeydew list for him. And for some reason, I haven't seen Don since. So I don't know if Drone Pool's just trying to keep her from us or what.
Trust me, she doesn't need any help making me a list.
Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. Kim says it brings us closer. It does.
Oh,
Yes.
let me get this doggy out. Hey, baby.
Yes.
Come on, baby.
Oh,
Let's
I'm
go.
still suffering from that, Val. I know, Trouble. I'm
Let's go.
sorry. I know it's mean,
Come.
but we just decided
Will he
how
not
bad
come
it
for
would
you?
be to get him just a little lift to make Don feel better. Yeah, and Deaf Drum Pilot, I know. I think you were just making sure your wife did not have contact with you, so you didn't get a list either. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're kind of feeling bad, right, Kim? I blame Kim. I blame Kim for the whole thing, really. Hey, Mr. Grain, how are you? So nice to see you. So, like most of you might know, Doug Paulson had to go in hospital.
Outside, big boy.
He did some work
Outside.
that we probably shouldn't have done. And the pain was so bad he had to go have an MRI to see what was happening. So you guys know that. Kind of send good thoughts.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm putting you back up here. Yeah, so Dan came on and basically he was thanking me for helping Don get a list for him together. Hey, don't worry about it anytime, Dan. I'm always here to help with the list. Oh my God. Oh, I already have that list, is what Scott is saying. Oh my God. No worries, Rick. I don't see that way, Val. I don't see it that way. Because I'm happy. Just thank you. You're welcome. You're just welcome, Drone Pool. You're welcome. I'm so happy I could help. And I know Dawn was really happy too, because now she gets to go to her flea market and have things to sell that you have personally made. See how that works?
That was a beautiful dresser he worked on.
Isn't that Starcop? I thought
Yeah.
if I had to change the whole color scheme in my house, I'd find a place for that.
Yep.
That was
It was
beautiful.
nice.
See that? That looks like a flag to your right, Starcop.
Yes,
What?
it is. Okay. Sorry, any Auburn fans.
Let's see. Oh wow, what is that?
That's Roll Tide, Alabama.
Oh yeah, there you go.
51-14 last night against Louisville.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's a must-have. You got
That
to
is,
have one of those.
yeah, that's great. So do you have two flight? No, that's just one over there. So when the game's on, do you just wave it?
No, it goes out on the front porch, and if it's a big game like a playoff or the Iron Bowl, every time they score, I shoot my shotgun off in the front yard, and it echoes up and down the entire valley.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
But nobody complains. I'm surrounded by Alabama fans.
Yeah, and that works because they don't mind it. Because that bullet has to come down sometime.
No,
And
it's
it
buckshot.
probably won't come down on an Alabama fan.
Yeah, it's just buckshot. It don't go very far, and it just rains when it comes down. The only way it's going to hurt you if you're looking up and you don't wear glasses and it hits you right square in the eyeball.
Oh my gosh.
So
See, and
don't look
Starcop,
up.
what you don't know is that would be my luck. That'd be my luck.
Yeah, I understand.
Because that's when I first tried to FPV, I had my thing on my quadcopter on and put my head over it while holding the start button without really thinking about it because it wasn't starting. And I did it and it started just went whoop. I moved my head quick enough that it didn't hit me in the face. I was pretty lucky. Oh, he's not going to hold your Alabama fan dish against you.
Oh, that's
Fandom.
cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Deaf Drone Pilot. It was very nice. Yeah, Alabama, go, 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 Ray Smith. Oh, as a saying, he knew there was a reason he loved you.
That's
Oh my
cool.
gosh. That is too cool. That is too cool. Because this year, again, I am backing Boise State University, BSU. That is my favorite team, but that's where I graduated. So that's how that rolls.
Is that anyone with the blue field?
Yep. Yep. That's right, Smurffield. And do you see how that works, Starcop? The wrenches are blue. You know, we've smurfed everyone in
Yeah.
here. And basically I smurfed them so they are the colors of my team. They don't know it, but they are now the colors of my team. Yes, guys, that's right. That's right. It is a community of Tide lovers. Everyone is shooting their shotguns or whatever else they got. That is so, so true. Oh my gosh. I'm a Buckeye here. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I just say, I'm a Boise Bronco. That is for sure.
Well, I won't hold anybody that's a Buckeye against them either.
So Biantri says, so we all got smurfed? Yes, because the game started yesterday, Friday night, and BSU won like 20 to 40, 49 to 20. They just rolled right over everyone. I did get you. That's right. You are the color of my team. Every time I look at you, I think BSU. And they're ranked 21st, I think, right now. I'm just saying. Let's see. I don't think Buckeye is a good thing to be, Scott. I'm not sure. I think that might be bad. I think you better go with Alabama. That's better.
Oh, let's not start any riots now.
So So do you watch all the games, Starcop?
All the Alabama games and Auburn games. The only time we root against Auburn is when they play Alabama.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I am. I try to watch all the BSU games. I don't always get to, but we have a theater here. If we go to, we can watch it at the movie theater.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so that is cool because you get popcorn, a soda, and the movie
Wow.
and the whole game. So you're surrounded. If you can't get to the stadium, you can still see it. Ohio sucks. Love my drum.
Careful, Ed. You're going to lose your wrench.
Yeah, Ed is getting in trouble. Be careful, Ed. You might not be able to be smurfed. I may change you just back to black. Just be the black. Little writing here. No, really, I think BSU is great. I think they're going to have a good year. Beyond Trees. We still have a drive-up theater. Do you still have a drive-in Beyond Trees?
We still have a drive-in here.
You do?
Yep. It's in a little town called Wicksburg.
Do they still have the little concession stand that you walk into? You can get pizza and
Yep.
popcorn?
Yep.
Oh my
The only thing that's gone is the speakers on the window.
oh. Oh my God, that is so cool. I remember being a little kid, the first drive-in movie I went to had a Winnie the Pooh movie, cartoon in the beginning. So that's what we watched, and then we fell asleep and my parents watched the rest. But there was a little place we could go get popcorn. It was so very cool. Good memories for that. Let's see. Steve Mac. So do we Beyond Trees? Oh. So you still do? We don't have one. We don't have one. Yeah, Kim, driving brings back memories, I'm sure for you. I'm not gonna say what I think that. Driving 45 minutes away. See, how do you guys still have drive-ins? I think they were just wonderful to have. I thought they were a lot of fun. And I'm sorry we just don't have them anymore. We have mega theaters now.
Yeah, we have those too.
Yeah, yeah. 21 different movies playing at the same time. I'm like, yeah, that's too much. Mine has just over 400. 400 what? Not drive-in movies. I think I lost something in the conversation.
I think they're talking population now.
Oh. I'm like, 400 drive-ins? I'm going there. That is so funny. Oh, Steve Mack. I don't know why we're a town. Oh my gosh. We have one in Oakville, Ontario. See, I think drive-in movies are just too much fun. I think that's where I first saw Serpico. Was it a drive?
Serpico.
Long time ago.
Al Pacino.
Yep.
Yep. It took me probably 25 years to finally get a Browning high power that was actually made in Belgium, because that's what he carried.
Yeah. Sorry. Wow. Yeah, I think that I forgot who had a Colt 45. Why that seemed like the gun I just had to have. But I do love it. It shoots beautifully. Did everyone click the like button? No, Ray, honey, you don't have to click the like button. I'll come over and hand you the wrench on your head. Don't worry about it. You don't have to hit the like button. Oh, Spider-Man was the last one you saw at the drive-in. Yeah, I think Serpico was the last one I saw. One of the worst cities in there. Oh my gosh. I've been to Ohio one time, but I met people from Hawaii, Ohio. When I was 12, I was swimming in a pool at the Sheraton Hotel because that's where we had our membership. It was at a hotel. And these kids came up, was it not Toledo? It was Toledo? No, it was something in Ohio, start with the T. And they were the cutest baseball players ever. So I always wanted to go to Ohio. But then I went when my daughter was looking at a college up there. We still have drive-in. All it plays is porn. No, Anthony, drive-ins can't play that because then kids would be in the forest watching the screen. So no, I don't believe you, Anthony, Mr. Winky Head. Football Hall of Fame less an hour, Mr. Winky Head. The Starcop, the first time I did an interview, it was for Captain, the drone network. We call him the Captain or Neil. And Mr. Winky Head gave me all these questions because I said if anyone had questions, send them to me. He sent me a full page list. It was like, if you went to prison, what would be your favorite? And it just was just sitting there going, I'm never asking that question again. Mr. Winky Head, bad, bad, bad. Who shot guns a lot? We shot guns a lot.
Well, that's the nice thing about living where I live now. If I want to go shoot, I just go out and put up a target.
Oh, Mr. Winky Head, don't tell him, eval. So Love My Drone said, Scott, it's more because I kind of fell in love for someone from there and she broke my heart. So I kind of had this grudge ever since. Ed, that's one person with a whole town full of beautiful people. Oh my gosh. Oh, Kim, he shoots lipo batteries. I'm sure it's what he means. I was born and raised in Ohio, and I'm a great guy. Yes, you are, Deaf Drone Pilot. You are a very great guy. Oh, God. Dad. Yes, I do, Val. There were two of them on Red Bluff Boulevard in Houston and only played four. How did
Stevie, I've got about 5 acres, but I can shoot 150 yards into a berm.
Oh, you do? Oh, that is nice. So is your property about 5 acres, Starcop?
Yeah, but the house is on it, so it's not a whole 5 acres to go doing anything with. It's basically, if you watch some of my videos, my takeoff pad is on that 5 acres, and I basically fly generally right around that same area all the time.
Oh, I thought you were going out to a field, Starcop.
Well, I just step outside the house. I built the concrete pad. Well, actually, the former owner left 2 concrete pads here, so I took one down, put it in the middle of the field. I painted it John Deere green and John Deere yellow, so it had contrast, and that's where I launched my drones from.
Oh, cool. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought you were going out to something off property.
No. Well, where I fly it off my property and fly all over the place, but no, where I launch it from is my house.
Very nice. So tell me, the school, why did it burn down?
It didn't burn down. March 1st of 2007, a Category 5 tornado hit Enterprise, Alabama.
Oh,
It cut a path 1 mile wide and 10 miles long and went right over the top. The funnel went right over the top of our high school. It killed 8 students and 1 elderly person that lived in the area. And when the federal government came in, Bush flew in to give his condolences and whatnot. Several of my friends at work lost children. But when they came in, they said you can't rebuild the school here because you've got too many people. There's not enough property. You'll have to find someplace else to build it. So they built a brand new school. It's absolutely phenomenal school, but it took them 5 years to build it. So we had an entire class of seniors go all the way through from freshman all the way to the end that never saw the school. But it's a wonderful, wonderful school, and the, I guess you call them auditorium still, is tornado proof. The entire the entire auditorium is a tornado shelter.
Very good. Very good. Oh. So you do get tornadoes in your area.
Oh yeah. It missed our house. Well, I don't know how much it missed our house by. It took my bathhouse, which was 60 feet behind where we used to live, not where we live now. But it took the bathhouse and missed us by about 60 feet. It was like somebody took a scalpel. The next day I went out as a deputy to survey the damage, and you drive down a street, and the right side of the street was leveled to the concrete slabs, and the left side had broken windows. It's just awesome.
So Richard wants to know if that was the school where the wall collapsed on the kids in the hallway.
Yes, that was the wall. That one where the wall. They had sent the kids into the what they consider to be the safest area, and the wall actually collapsed.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's just terrible. That's just terrible. I'm so sorry for that.
That's a sad day around here all the time. Matter of fact, I did a short video with my GoPro where I went to the memorial where they put up a memorial to the 8 students over there on the site where the school used to be.
Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, I remember, unfortunately, where they were showing how the tornado just flattened everything.
Oh,
I'm surprised anyone survived because it was more than a class of 8.
Oh yeah, there was. I mean, you're talking 300-400 students in that building, but it just went right down through the science section and took the whole section out. It picked up pickup trucks and moved them across the parking lot and parked them upside down, and all kinds of stuff.
Mm, mm, mm. Oh wow. Yeah, see, I didn't realize. Oh my gosh. So your county has had a lot of sadness.
Yeah, they get over it. Everybody does. I will tell you one thing, since this isn't like aired on TV or anything. We don't have a Home Depot, so they might have done the same thing. But I'm a very loyal Lowe's fan. If I'd have to go buy a tool, I go to Lowe's. The day after this happened, obviously jobs all over the place shut down because of what was going on, so I didn't have to go to work. Being a deputy, they let me into the area so I could guard my house, which normal people didn't get to do. But then again, nobody was allowed down in there at all, whether they lived there or not in the area that got damaged. And I got up the next day and started just walking around the area to see the damage. And I got to the top of the hill where a little city park was, and there were 3 or 4 of these little pop-up shelters. They're not really tents; they're like sunshades. They were put up by Lowe's, and they had chainsaws, gas cans, and mixed fuel in the cans. And if you would give them your driver's license, they would give you a chainsaw, give you the gas, and tell you, bring it back when you're done for the day, and you can have your license back. They weren't charging people for them. They were just letting them have them to clear their property. And that went a long way with me.
It would. It would. I think
Now,
when
it might have
people
been
are in tragedy, you don't want to sit there and say, you need to buy all this because they're already been hit.
It might have been that just the local guy decided to do that, but in my hands, he represents the company, and the company did that.
Yeah.
One of the things my wife always says when she gets mad when she sees a disaster in certain parts of the country, and everybody's standing around, where's FEMA? Where's FEMA? Where's FEMA? We didn't wait for FEMA. Everybody banded together and went out and started cleaning up. And when FEMA got here, okay, FEMA finally showed up. But we didn't stand around with our hands in our pockets. And a lot of times you see people do that. It just makes me rip roaring mad.
Right. I think sometimes Starcop, I'm just gonna say sometimes it's because people don't know where to even start. And I think that comes from whether you live in the country or the city, where that comes from. Because I can tell you, I've never touched a chainsaw until 3 years ago. I went and bought one because I just had to get some work done on my property, and no one's going to come do it for me, so I got to do it.
True, that's true.
And before that, I would have never known. But you go out into the country, and you got a lot of people go, chainsaw. I have 20 of them.
Yep.
They know what to do. They are just ready to do it.
I got 3.
Yep. Yep. They don't have one like me that's with electricity. They have gas powered. They're big. They know how to take care of business. And sometimes, not putting the cities down because I love living in a city, we aren't as knowing.
Well, when this happened, I was living in the city. I wasn't living out in the country.
Oh, were you?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was living in the city at the time.
Oh, wow.
Like I
Yeah.
said, it came 60 feet from my house. I
Oh,
drove home from work that day, uh, wondering whether or not I was going to be able to find a house when I got home. Because as I drove around the bypass that comes down to the street I lived on, there was dead cows and
oh.
trees and cars all over the place.
So you were having contact with your family all through the day, weren't you?
Oh yeah, my wife was at work. My kids weren't at home. Thank goodness. Matter of fact, they had left. They had graduated school the year
Oh,
before.
oh, thank goodness. I mean, just, oh my gosh. So, Love My Drone said that Alabama gets some nasty naders. He calls them naders
Yeah,
that are tornadoes.
yeah. They get some. We've been
Oh,
really lucky. That was the worst one ever, and that was in 2007. So, knock on wood.
oh my gosh. That is, I hope you guys don't get anything else like that ever. Yeah, Richard is saying living in the country, all of us have tractors, chainsaws,
Yep,
and a lot of heavy equipment, so we take care of ourselves for the most part.
yep.
Yeah, most people in the city don't have tractors unless they have parcels outside of town that
I
are
don't
on
have
the.
a big. I don't have a big one, but I got a 40 horse.
Of course you do. So if anything happens in my house, I'm calling on y'all to get on your tractors. Come on up. Come on up, because I won't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, that is great. So, guys, are there any other questions you want to ask a Starcop? Because I'm going to really ask you to please go check out those videos. If you haven't seen them, most of you probably already have, but please go because it is just, he has some really nice flights and he has some very nice quads. I'm just telling you, I've seen them. They're nice. You know, the Phantom, see, Phantom is one of my favorite types of drones,
Yeah,
Starcop is.
I had to have an Obsidian though, and they stopped making it when they went to the V2. They stopped making it. I don't know why. So
Because Obsidian, is it just about the color or is
yeah,
it?
I just like the black drone with the titanium mounts.
It
I
is
think
nice.
it's much more classic.
It is. It's a very cool looking thing. Let's see. I cannot imagine seeing that my prayers go out to all of you that have lost
Nope.
anyone to a tornado.
Mr.
Um,
Winky, I never flew RC helicopters. I flew real ones.
okay. At our fair this year, they had one guy flying these really cheap looking little teeny helicopters. And I thought, no, give me a drone any day. Give me a drone any day over that. But maybe it's just me. I don't mean to offend anyone. I truly don't. But it did not. It looked like toy type stuff, right? Hey JL, how you doing? So anyone have any other questions? Is where are you? You're here, Canadian Drone Network. Are you planning on going on? I'm sure Kelly and Doug aren't because Doug is in the emergency room getting his back checked out. And they had to
Oh
give him
lordy.
shots and things. Yeah, see, Doug is the kind of guy who puts on a cape and says, sure, I can help you. And he's got to
Yeah,
stop doing that because
that's
he
what I did.
can't.
I did that yesterday when I know you say you do remodeling. You've pulled up those
Yep.
flooring strips with the little tiny crowbar. You know,
Yep.
I did that for 2.5 hours yesterday, and today I can hardly walk.
Let me tell you, it was so amazing. I went down and I did the front rooms and I did all around the big main rooms. And all this time I'm carrying this tarp with me because they let dogs kind of go to the bathroom on their floors. And they pulled up the carpet and it left, I mean, it's just horrendous when I was doing it. But yeah, I'd set it down, get down on the ground, get back up, move. And I couldn't stand up and down for almost a week. My legs hurt so badly. So bad.
Mr. Winky, I really wouldn't have minded flying RC uh, helicopters because I did fly real ones. But once I discovered drones and quadcopters, I don't think I'll ever go to RC helicopters. Maybe someday, but I just don't have a real fancy for it.
Steve Mac, you have a messed up back too. Yeah, you guys have to be careful. It's from.
Yes.
I think you guys are your own worst enemy because you keep thinking you can do things you shouldn't be doing.
Mine is courtesy of the Army.
Oh yeah.
I was riding in the back of a command Jeep, which means that it was the old Willys style Jeep, but it had radios in it. And a guy was driving too fast, hit a bump, threw me up out of the Jeep. When I came back down, my tailbone hit the radio corner.
Oh.
And I've had compressed disc, damaged discs, L3 and L4 ever since.
Oh my gosh.
And I get a whopping 10% disability for that.
How much? At 10%?
A whole 10%.
Oh wow. So you're raking it in right now. It's what you're telling us.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh, Steve Mac, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. It happened to my uncle. He used to sleep on the floor because it's the only place that he could sleep. And still he was in constant pain. Oh, Kim says, mine is racehorses and handicap. Okay, I don't know where he came up with that, so I'm just going to walk away because I know it makes sense to him. He's probably chuckling right there. So, Canadian Drone Network, do you think you might be going on after me? And I'm going to wait because right now, if he's not listening to the stream, he has to jump over all this furniture to get back to his computer and go, yeah, Val, I'm right here. So I'll wait. 10%. Steve Mack since 2012, not worked since because of my back. Yeah, Canadian Drone Network. Roger, it's been hard on Roger. So you guys going on Canadian Drone Network? Because I'm going to send the guys to you in approximately 10 minutes. I think he is coming on. So guys, do me a favor. Yes, okay, Val. Okay, so we got something planned. So in about 10 minutes, you guys want to check with us on Canadian Drone Network. Will that work? Would that work, Starcop? Hey,
Sure.
let me say, it has been a pleasure, a real pleasure to get to know you, Rick. You are quite the guy. What service you have given us. And I got to tell you, with just taking care of the dogs, being an officer, which is always dangerous. Regardless of what you do, it just is. I work with officers. I know it is, and I was probation officer, so it can get very kind of sketchy. And then being in the Army all those years, I just want to applaud you because you are a great man, and I appreciate it. I'll be watching what you're doing on YouTube, so keep me informed. And maybe in a couple months, let's check back up again and see what you're doing. Okay?
Not a problem.
Bye, Starcop. Hey guys, stay right here. Don't go off yet. Hey guys, thank you so much. We're gonna go, and then we'll pop back up. Canadian Drone Network's gonna pop back up. Roger. I'll probably give you a quick call. And thank you so much, Jacqueline. I see you, Techcore, JL, Steve Mac, Ray Smith, Ed, Deaf Drone Pilot. Oh, I love you. Dan. Yes. And yes, welcome again for getting you that list. You're just welcome. JL, all of you guys, Kim, Little Dumpling. Hey, I think we're going to go on to Canadian Drone Network really soon. So please show up there, Little Dumpling. I'm so happy you came here. I love you. Bye, guys. Love you all. And I will talk to you all really soon.